two-shot fighter when you can't get all punches.
Beautiful right hand. Down goes Bova. 8, 9. Can he make it? It's over. It's over. Mike Tyson has returned.
If you thought Mike Tyson's career was ear-bitingly chaotic, then you might want to take a look at his love life. The father of Lorna Tyson, Mike Tyson is undoubtedly one of the greatest boxers to ever live. In the boxing industry, few have greater name value than Tyson. Also, few have heard about his son, Amir, who aspires to follow in his father's footsteps, glove up and throw fists for a living. Mike Tyson captivated his fans with his remarkable quickness, ferocious power, and flair for the dramatic throughout the 1980s and 1990s, and there is no doubt that he passes unique talent down to his eldest son, Amir. Now, let us see how good Mike Tyson's son actually is. Don't move a muscle. Mike Tyson is a father of 7, has been married 3 times, and had several kids with a series of flings, girlfriends, and temporary life partners. According to The Sun, he first wed Robin Givens in 1988. The marriage was rushed because Givens announced that she was pregnant. Unfortunately, she later suffered a miscarriage. That marriage ended in 1989, and somewhere along the way, Tyson allegedly walked in on Givens when she was in bed with Brad Pitt. Well, that sounds fake, but considering this is the same dude that reportedly owned thousands of pigeons and somehow managed to squander a $400 million fortune, who knows? After Givens, Tyson started growing his family, which later on included 7 children: Mikey Lorna, Miguel Leon, Exodus, Reina, Amir, Milan, and Morocco. According to the Daily Mail, Mickey Lorna is the firstborn and was born somewhere between 1990 and 1991. Her mother, Kimberly Scarborough, was then the legendary boxer's girlfriend. Next came Reina and Amir. Amir Tyson is Mike Tyson's second child from his second marriage, which was with Monica Turner. The two had met at a party thrown by Eddie Murphy in 1990 and later got married in 1997. After that came Exodus and Miguel Leon, whose mother was Sol Xochitl, the then girlfriend to Tyson before tragedy struck. Lastly, Milan and Morocco are the youngest from the third wife, Lakia Spicer. Tyson has 3 sons, Amir, Miguel, and Morocco. Ever since they first showed interest in the boxing sport, he trained with them in the gym. Over the past few years, videos of Tyson's sons hitting the speed bag have gone viral, and it is crystal clear that they have a natural talent in the ring. Regardless, none of the 3 have explored a professional career in boxing yet, despite being old enough to do so. However, Amir, who is 24 years old, has started to show interest. In a recent episode of Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, the legendary boxer revealed that Amir badly wants to face the likes of Logan and Jake Paul in a boxing match. So, who is Amir Tyson? Amir Tyson is a 24-year-old entrepreneur born on August 5th, 1997 in Bethesda, Maryland. Amir chose not to follow in his dad's footsteps and attended the American University in Washington to major in broadcast journalism, with a minor in history. He is the founder of an apparel line called Debonair Attire that features casual clothing items of unisex style. A particular percentage of profits from Debonair Attire gets directed towards medical research for multiple sclerosis. This was a result of Amir's mother getting diagnosed with the deadly disease a few years back. Did you know that Amir Tyson had a little-known role in a regional Super Bowl commercial? Well, Amir Tyson found his way onto the small screen with the millennial talk show I Wish You Knew, which airs on the local Washington, D.C. station, District Knowledge Network. He appeared in a string of 5 episodes and also hosted an episode on progress and politics, even though that wasn't the first time he's been on TV. So then, Amir appeared in an uncredited role alongside his father on a regional 201 Super Bowl commercial for a local plumbing company called Michael & Son. Amir played a young boxer who was losing in the ring. After saying, "I can't do it," Mike, who is wearing a maintenance uniform, jumps in and lands a one-hit knockout. "If you can't, we can," Tyson says.
That's Mike Tyson. If you can't, we can.
Apparently, this commercial was a long time coming. The company had tried to nab the boxer for a slot the year before, but it was in vain. This time, Tyson signed on last minute after 100 extras had already been hired. Beyond his 15 minutes of TV fame, it is believed that Amir's main hustle is his fashion line. It must be doing very well, as he seems to be living the #luxury lifestyle. At least, that's the hashtag he uses when he's posing in front of a private jet. Let's hope and pray that he's learned from his father's money mistakes. We can confidently say that college was a little too fun for Amir Tyson. The reason being, he seems to have star power, just like Pops. For instance, even posing with Nas and P. Diddy. Although it also seems like he may or may not have a little bit of Mike Tyson's wild side too. According to WUSA 9, Amir was among the 110 suspected underage drinkers busted at an off-campus American University frat party. Amir graduated from St. Andrew's Episcopal School in his hometown of Bethesda, Maryland in 2015 and got recruited to play on American University's basketball team. Later that year, he started at the institution and was still a freshman when he got reprimanded at that frat party. Freshman mistake, right? Actually, the whole scenario was kinda scary, even though he wasn't involved in the worst parts. Per the report, the men in blue were tipped off when two guys carried a drunk girl into an Uber so she could be taken to a hospital for alcohol poisoning. The police ended up calling an ambulance. A different 21-year-old student allegedly punched an officer and got arrested. Amir was given a citation and ordered to appear in court the following month. As mentioned before, Amir wants to fight a YouTuber in a boxing match. He obviously seems to want to slice the buzz that celebrity boxing has been making of late. Mike Tyson revealed on his podcast to co-host Henry Cejudo and the guest of the day, boxing champion David Benavidez, that his son is keen to fight Logan or Jake Paul. Even so, Iron Mike does not want him to and instead hopes Amir gets a real estate license and settles for something stable. I have my kid, the oldest one, he's 24. He wants to do this so bad. I said, man, just chill the fuck out. He wants to fight Logan Paul and those guys. He wants to do that. I said, man, just get a job, get a real estate license. Just chill out, man. Why can't you take advantage of your lightweight wealthiness? Just chill, Mike said. He also added that you don't need none of that heat. I'm telling you, this drives people to commit suicide, getting humiliated in front of millions of people. You gotta be able to take that pressure and heat. Not many people can do it. It seems like a lot of people doing it is such a small percent. It's probably 1%. Tyson has gotten close to the notorious YouTube siblings Jake and Logan Paul. He has shared a boxing event with Jake and has even talked about involving Logan. According to the 55-year-old, it is his son who wants his hands on Logan Paul first. Even though Amir majored in broadcast journalism at university, he appears to be in good shape and is keen to fight. Whether he scores a fight with Logan Paul remains to be seen, but the YouTuber may well rather fight the legend himself, Mike Tyson, even if he is almost 60 years old. Recently, Logan took part in an 8-round boxing exhibition with Floyd Mayweather and is looking for his next challenge. Someone mentioned Mike Tyson, Logan Paul said on his Impulsive podcast. My lawyer mentioned it and he's like, nah, Tyson will rip your head off. You can't stand a chance. I'm like, I just went through all this. You can't tell me I can't beat Mike Tyson. He's old, he continued. Well, if Amir Tyson won't step into the ring to shut Paul up, maybe Iron Mike will. As of 2021, Amir's estimated fortune is $500,000. He's gotten his good fortune from his different endeavors. On the other hand, his father, Mike Tyson, has an estimated net worth of $10 million, which he gained mainly from his boxing career. And that is the scary truth of Amir Tyson. Clearly he isn't as good as his dad, considered he never tried boxing professionally.